Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Madam and fellow friend. Today I would like to present to you our reflection on our assignment entitled Unemployment in Tourism Industry in Malaysia. To begin with, unemployment is defined as a condition which a person is actively looking for a job but unable to find it. Unemployment is seen as a significant indicator of the economy. There are three types of unemployment, which the major subject of this discussion is the cyclical unemployment. This type of unemployment results directly from cycles of economic upturn and downturn. Cyclical unemployment typically rises during recession and declines during economic expansion. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Malaysia faced various challenges, especially in the tourism sector. Unemployment rate in general rose to nearly 5% in December last year due to the tourism-related industries affected by COVID-19. Many of company businesses in tourism industry has suspended their operation and many of their employees had to be dismissed. From the resources that I have read and gathered, unemployment can be reduced or controlled by fiscal policy, monetary policy, and direct control. But today I'm focusing on fiscal policy and monetary policy. From my point of view, monetary policy can help to control unemployment in two ways. Firstly, through open market policies. The central bank, like Bank Negara Malaysia, may buy short-term bonds or government security or treasury bills from individual as well as institution. This type of purchases can increase money supply and increase the purchasing power of individuals and firms. Secondly, lowering the reserve requirement. Lower interest rate mean the cost of borrowing is lower. When it's easier to borrow money, people tend to spend more and invest more. This condition will increase aggregate demand and GDP and decreases cyclical unemployment. Another way to measure unemployment is using fiscal policy. To overcome the unemployment, government typically use fiscal policies to promote strong and sustainable growth and reduce poverty. The objectives of fiscal policy is government stepping forward to support financial system, jumpstart growth, and mitigate the impact of the crisis on vulnerable groups such as tourism industry. A reduction in exercise tax, service tax, sales tax will increase people's disposable income and encourage them to spend more. However, there is limitation in fiscal policy in solving unemployment. It is possible that tax cut will be conserved rather than spent. Consumers might be reluctant to spend in a protracted recession. As a result, tax reduction will have greater impact on spending. It will take some time to see fiscal policy took place. I think that's all from me for today. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Faiza binti Abdullah. Today, I would like to present my view about the unemployment issue in tourism industry in our country, Malaysia. As we know, our country was one of the country very affected during this pandemic season. So in March 2020, our Prime Minister has been announced um, the Movement Control Order, which is MCO. Because of the percentage of the COVID-19 cases was increasing drastically. It is shown that many of economic sector was closed and unable to operate temporarily due this pandemic. And based on the Malaysian Statistic Department, the number of unemployment was increasing due this season. It is also shown that many of workers had to be dismissed because employer who cannot deny it anymore. For information, tourism industry was one of the economic sector very affected during this pandemic. We can see that tourism industry was one of the largest economic sector in our country. For example, Asia Airlines has been dismissed 10% of 24,000 of their staff entire Malaysia because there was not having any flight to overseas, and they have a flight in domestic, but only in a little bit number of flight. So other than that, private companies, which is tourism industry, also affected because many place many of the tourism activity was has been stopped for a few for temporarily. So they are also affected during this season. We can see that tourism guide, tourism agent, our bus are very affected because they lose their job, and their income are very depends on the tourism activity. It is also show that the number of percentage of unemployment due this pandemic was a very drastically increasing. For information, there are limitations in fiscal policy in solving unemployment issue. It's possible that tax cuts will be conserved rather than their spend. Consumer might be hesitant to spend in a protected recession, even if tax are slashed. It is could be determined by the tax that we are eliminate. The government also helping the tourism company by launching a tourism infrastructure fund to facilitate in upgrading and renovating the facility or tourism spot, and assisting in buying the building, land and asset. Our government also embarked on a special tourism fund to enable the tourism industry player, such as the tourism company, will get back and on track and will competitive during and after this pandemic. For information, in early 2021, in the middle of last year, I guess, our government has been open a few economic sector. For example, tourism industry. Many tourism industry has been open to generate our economy. So it can be shown that we can going to the Langkawi, Genting Highland, and we can fly to the Sabah and Sarawak for tourism purpose. Besides that, it is show that our airlines such as the Asia also giving a cheap and affordable price of flight ticket, especially to the Sabah and Sarawak. And unemployment percentage also getting decreasing based on the Department of Statistics Malaysia. Our employment percentage are very it can be show that our unemployment issue was getting better because many of workers have their job back. Tourism agent can be doing their job again. So it is very give a good feedback to our economic system. Okay, it was one of the initiative to enhance our our economic to become more better and stable during this pandemic COVID-19. And so I hope our tourism industry will getting better, more better in year 2022, and hopefully our economic system also getting better. So many of them who are unemployment before this will get their job, will be will get their income more properly, more better for this year 2021. Thank you, that's all from me. Thank you for watching.